you know, Tonfas. Tonfas are great. Or you can use a heavy attack, heavy slam. Do it again. Damn. We can actually nuke stuff with this. Which is very freaking interesting. I would never ever think that something like this would really work, you know. And there's no priming, there's no nothing, but yeah. Alright, so let's talk about Baro weapons. Yesterday he brought the Glaxion Vandal, Prova Vandal, and Prisma Ohma. So, Glaxion Vandal is a little bit better than the normal Glaxion. It's a very old weapon, and I just kinda touched this thing to try to make it work, because it's kind of how I usually had a build for this weapon. Since the crit chance is so low, I was just using the... what's it called? I was using the... Arcane Avenger to get the critical, and then get 100 munition going. But, yeah, so I just touched up a little bit. It's not bad, but it's not great either, you know. But compared to the Tenet Glaxion, it's just nothing. And keep in mind that this thing has a ribbon in it, so yeah. Back in the day, probably decent of sorts, but now it's just feels bad. About the weapons, the Prova Vandal surprised me. I'm like, I'm gonna give this thing a shot. I put it another forma into it, put a melee influence, and I was just trying out stuff. But attacking normally with this thing, eventually, because of melee influence, it will get it going, you know, because there is innate electricity on the weapon, no problem triggering the melee influence, and eventually you would get enemies killed. All right, just like that. That's okay, but that's much more for the groups, and melee influence with groups, it works amazing. But one of the things is that this weapon has a, I'm gonna call it a guaranteed electricity on the slam, not the heavy slam. The heavy slam sucks, but the normal slam can apply electricity, and with melee influence, this is actually deadly. Like, dude, what the F? I just like found this out like 5 minutes ago, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, I would never ever think that something like this would really work, you know. And there's no priming, there's no nothing, but yeah, it's able to kill. But keep in mind, you need groups, you need the numbers. This is only really dealing damage because of the numbers. But even with that, I think this is pretty freaking interesting. If you can group them up and you really like the Prova Vandal, let's say you have like a god riven for it, then it might be an option for you. So yeah, this is kind of what I'm using. I'm not really sure if you need melee prowess or anything like that, but a Raven, let's say you get a Bane to the faction, you get more crit chance just to make it a little bit better. You might get an interesting weapon. I have another build just to try out and see what do I have going on there. Oh, I had the wrong one. It's supposed to be duplicate. I did it with the wrong arcane on the test before. Fuck. The crit chance is really low, but eventually this should be somewhat good. 2 hours later. 3 hours later. Okay. Let's try that. Holy. Okay. I was not expecting that. Holy. Maybe now melee influence, it's gonna be much better, but I was not expecting this amount of power with just this, you know. That's kind of crazy. Yeah. Well, let me just try and use a heavy attack on one of these. God damn it. Yeah. I am... God damn. I'm surprised again. I was not expecting this this amount of damage. I gotta be honest. So another 5 minutes just to get the stacks, and then let's see if I'm able to spread like one of those deadly procs. Then this is gonna be interesting. Gotta go. I need melee influence to be going. So yeah, we can actually nuke stuff with this. Which is very freaking interesting. My god, I was really not expecting this. Okay, just need an electricity proc. Bam. My god. Okay, I am surprised a second time. Let's go over to the Prisma Ohma. This really surprised me. So I've been I think I got 2 more formas into this thing. And I was trying this. Okay. Let's see. You know, eventually you get the damage there. And it kills. It definitely kills. It's pretty good. Attacks fast, you know. Tonfas. Tonfas are great. Or you can use a heavy attack. Heavy slam, sorry. Which just does the job. Or you can even use a build focused on that. For this build, you can either use melee influence or afflictions. I think I've shown this weapon on the melee afflictions video I did back in the day. Let's get an influence proc. There we go. Okay, we just got the 4 kills, which is probably all we need to get everyone killed without any problem. Yep, that's it. Pretty freaking good. Now I'm missing the influence. Rock. Okay. Still alive. Do it again. Damn. That was effective. Yeah. Casually, million hits. Not even counting for the proc. Yeah, that's it. The Prova Vandal just went up a couple ranks in my books. But the Prisma Ohma was already an amazing weapon. As for the Glaxion Vandal, I'm gonna call it Mastery. The Tenet Glaxion is gonna be way better. That's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great weekend. Leave it a like, subscribe, and peace.
Till next time, friend.